What is up, guys? Captain here. I was going to upload the normal footage for this game, but I wanted to do a VOD review style video of this game instead, because in this game I actually did a bunch of double proxying, and I wanted to show you guys why in a situation where looks like your team is going to lose and you're going to lose, that double proxying can actually sometimes help you recover from very, very bad situations. So in this game, we start off very, very poorly. My Senna disconnects right about here, I think, and then she's gone until 3 minutes in. My bot lane, I think, not bot lane specifically, but like the whole team is losing. We are down several kills. I think at worst we were down like 0 to 12 or something, and we ended up making a comeback happen because we got a few grubs. I think we ended up getting, was it 2 or 3 grubs or something like that, and then I double proxied for quite a while. I ended up having about 11.7 CS per minute around the highest this game. So about 11 CS per minute they're double proxying, and my Smolder mid lane ended up getting a bunch of tower plates. I think he got 3 or 4 tower plates and tower first blood actually, and then he eventually also got mid tier 2 as well, and just got super rich off of getting 2 turrets and 3 or 4 tower plates as well. And we ended up actually winning. We made a huge comeback happen and we won, which was awesome. And even like in the middle of the game, my Viego was like spam pinging me and raging at me like, what are you doing? Why are you double proxying? Why are you trolling Smolder? But then like at the end of the game, Smolder and the Viego actually, the Smolder honored me because he knew, like, you know, sometimes you just do what you gotta do to win. So here, getting early ganked by the Kayn while I'm proxying. I'll show you guys later in the game as I'm double proxying, like the different. I'll show you guys the full map, I guess, as I'm double proxying. I just want to show you guys like the amount of map pressure that you can apply with this strategy when you're behind. So Cap, you mentioned that you do this whenever you're behind. Why don't you do it all the time? So the reason why I only do this, I do double proxies in solo queue in one of 2 scenarios, right? I do it when the team is super far behind because it's like a last resort. It's like a last resort strategy on that situation, because I want to make sure that I exhaust all of their options before I take my mid laner's farm, right? Because that's what you're doing. You're taking your mid laner's farm. The other scenario in which I do it is if my mid laner is roaming super heavily. If they're roaming super heavily, then I'm more than happy to actually like double proxy, because then when the enemy mid laner then goes to follow my mid laner, I can punish them super hard and break any freeze that occurs by pushing the waves in like that. So here, just gonna go ahead and continue pushing top. I ended up buying a Doran's Ring Dark Seal combo. I started with Dark Seal, got Doran's Ring on back. So my bot lane goes to fight here, and then unfortunately they actually end up getting, all 3 of them are dying. It's really brutal. The Morgana actually solo kills. And then the Senna is level 1, and then the Ezreal just runs her down. So I'm gonna go ahead and not watch that part anymore. But doing the Dark Seal into Doran's Ring combo for the early game, I've really been enjoying this combo. It's been super fun. It does delay your first item, but you are very, very stable in the early game if you have this. It's awesome. I love it. Ends up being quite worth it. Then later in the game, you can sell these 2 and then rush your other items a bit faster, because the idea is you're investing into your early game for a later game payout. So yeah, I went over that before, but the double proxy in this game ends up being super good. So the other scenario that I was talking about, when your mid laner is roaming a lot, then you can double proxy, because then they don't care if you're taking their farm, right? Because then you're denying the enemy mid laner of farm instead, which is really important. But this game, my mid laner didn't really roam that much, I guess. The reason why I double proxied anyways was because we were just going to lose if I didn't, right? So because of that reason, I say you probably shouldn't do this all the time. If you do this every game, you're going to end up trolling your mid laners in games where they don't need to like lose CS, or they might even not want to lose CS. So we are fighting over here. My Viego forcing this is a little bit rough because there's really no one with him. And then I actually end up having to recall, and they get all these grubs, unfortunately. But if you're duoed with your mid laner and like they know what you want to do and why you're doing it, and like your duo is playing a mid laner that can roam bottom a lot and get value off the fact that you're double proxying, or if your mid laner plays a champion that can push the turret with super hard, if they're constantly pushing waves in, which they would be because you're taking the waves in the base, right? Then it's okay. But if you're playing by yourself solo queue and you're not doing it with the mid laner, and they don't want you to double proxy, then you shouldn't do it. That's why last resort strategy, or if your mid laner is roaming bottom, that's great. So like, I love doing this with mid laners that are like Katarina. Sometimes they play Talon mid lane, and they'll roam bot a lot, and you can get a lot of value that way as well. Super awesome. It basically is meant to pressure the turrets while you get very far ahead in farm, and hoping that your mid laner can get value off of other things such as getting kills in bot lane. Alright, so my Viego dies there again, unfortunately. I think does my Smolder die here? I forget. Takes a lot of damage. I'm so sorry about that. They need to fix the volume bug with Smolder where he's just the loudest creature in the entire universe. DMATs on cannons, getting waves back here. Like Viego, at this point I had already muted the Viego's pings, I think, but he was rage pinging the Senna. At one point, whenever I was in their base double proxying, he was also raging at me as well. He was spam pinging me and everything, so. At this point, enemy team has 6 kills to 0. They have tower plate bottom, they have tower plate in mid, and they also have 3 grubs and a dragon. So this is looking pretty bad. It gets worse before it gets better. So here's my first double proxy at 7.5 minutes. Currently, I am ahead of the Malphite in CS. I will be more ahead. My Smolder is currently under his turret, and he needs help to, like, you know, punish the Karma / break the free. So here I am over here. I'm going to grab these waves up. If Karma recalls, she gets punished super hard by... Yeah, here's Viego spamming at me. If she recalls, she gets punished super hard. And if she doesn't, then Smolder can try and attack turret plates. But the reason why I'm doing this again is because this game just looks absolutely lost. Here, they are actually going to try and gank Karma. Do they get her? Nope, he's super chunked out. A little unfortunate, but that's okay. So I'm still over here farming while they're doing all of this over here. Now she flashes out. My Smolder does die, which is unfortunate. But I think Viego, does he end up killing her? Yeah, so she actually does die here, which is incredible because that kill by Viego is actually the start of our comeback, because right here, while she is dying, I am proxying 2 cannon waves here, so I'm getting a whack ton of gold. I want you guys to watch. So as I am, before I come into the base, right, this is before I farm any of these minions, I have generated, I have 2,600 total gold. I have 883 in my inventory. So we'll call it 2,700 gold and 900 in my inventory. And then we'll fast forward a bit. Whenever I'm done farming the double cannon waves and the double normal waves, so I get 4 waves total in this double proxy, I think. I have 1,500 gold in my inventory and 3,300 total gold. So I'm 300 gold ahead of Malphite. I have by far the highest gold on my team, second highest gold, actually third highest gold in the game, damn. Because the Kayn has 3 kills, he's 3.8k, and the Ezreal has 2 kills, he's 3.3k. I'm ahead of Morgana though, at least, which is good. So here's the Malphite. He walks over to me. He decides to give up CS to try and stop me here. I decided to go for the bot waves here instead. Maybe help my bot lane out a bit because they're getting pushed in as well. So I get what I can here before I die. The Ezreal gets me super low. And then I walk over here, just avoiding him a little bit. Malphite ends up ulting me. But as I die, I'm here with 3,500 gold. He ends up with 3,200, so I'm actually ahead of him. But he also loses a wave. So what happened outside of all the waves that got lost in top lane? Karma lost waves too, right? So I just want to show you guys why this is so powerful in certain scenarios, right? So Karma, as she dies, we'll count how many waves she loses. We'll count how many waves Malphite loses in top lane. He did kill me, but... So she loses one wave right here. So Karma loses 2 waves and a cannon, whereas Malphite also loses 2 waves and a cannon under his turret as well. So that's a lot. Like that's no joke the amount of minions you could lose. Like he would have actually gotten more gold from just farming the waves, and he would have gotten more XP from just farming the waves. But like instead they choose to focus me, right? And we get value out of it. Some of the value that we gain, you know, it's not direct gold income for Smolder, or for me. There is gold value for me, but the fact that they're losing gold value as well is value, right? And in a normal game where your team is not getting curb stomped, or if the game is even, or your team's ahead, I would not recommend doing this, because you can deny your mid laner of gold. But this Smolder really knew how to play well. Excuse me. Dropping a word there for Grubbies. This Smolder really knew how to play well with the proxy strat, and he did extremely well. So here, just again pushing waves. Malphite is chunking me out. Malphite has tank fucking, what is this? Bomby Cinder, and is just destroying me. Over here, I see Viego is fighting the Kayn, so I walk over. He actually gets a kill on him, which is awesome. So Viego goes over the wall, gives a little smack. Let me get the kill. I'm over here helping him with the grubs. So we end up getting 3 grubs here, I believe so, right? Yeah, we get to... I ghost over here. I think he kills her. Yeah, he kills her, and then I die, I think. But it ends up working out because Viego also kills the Morgana, and then Malphite is super low. So even though I died, it ends up working out. Does he go back to get that last grub? I forget. He doesn't kill Malphite. Does he go for the grub? Nope, he dies to Kayn. So unfortunately, we don't get that last grub, but we do at least get 2 grubs, you know, which is good. I was hoping if he had gone back to get that 3rd grub instead of greeting for this kill, it would have been just peak gameplay, I think. Because then I would have died and he would have gotten 2 kills and 3 grubs, so it would have been super worth it. Unfortunately, not what happened, but that's okay. He actually almost kills the Malphite here still, even, which is cool. But not quite. Malphite just kites it out. Get the kill. So I respawn. I have my Leander's components. I had Haunting Guys before that recall. And then Kayn ends up doing the last grub. So they have 4, we have 2. So neither team has the Grubling spawn that comes out because you need 5 for 1 Grubling and 6 for 2 Grublings. Neither team has those. That's okay. The difference between 4 Void Grubs and 2 Void Grubs is not massive, but if one team has 5 and the other team has 1, huge difference. And if one team has 6 and the other team has 0, massive difference, right? So you definitely want to try and fight over Grubs if you can. Malphite got his Sunfire Cape. And pretty soon, I'm going to be ending up going for another set of Double Proxy here. So Malphite has 3 kills. What is the gold value here? Even though Malphite has 3 kills. I have 4,600 gold, 0 kills. He has 5,000 gold, 0 kills, because I'm quite ahead in CS. So it goes to show you how valuable kills actually are, that he has 3 kills, 1 assist. I have 0 kills, 1 assist, and I'm pretty close in gold, so definitely helpful to farm super well. And this is, again, this is a weird game, so this doesn't always happen like this, but the fact that it has is good. I need to see when Smolder got this mid plate here. Actually, let's keep eyes on Smolder. When does Smolder get this mid plate? Is it here? So Smolder gets this. This is a plate that he gets here, which is good. This tower wouldn't have even been this low to get that plate if I hadn't been double proxying. So good for Smolder. Gonna go ahead and fast forward again. Pushing. All right, normal speed. Proxying the wave here as I go for double proxy. A little bit of fast forward, normal speed again. All right, so here, waiting for the wave. I see on the map that team is getting slightly ganked bot lane. Dragon's coming up, Smolder's getting pushed in, and then I'm gonna be pushing here. And at this point, because right here, I see that these two are fighting bottom. I see Kayn bottom, and I know that Karma was just mid clearing waves. I know Malphite was just top. I know these two were just bottom as well, because I'm watching my map this entire time, that this is a great time for me to go in their base and double proxy. The only person who can maybe be here is Malphite, because I literally have vision of every single other champion, right? Viego gets a kill. He dies. 1 for 1. Sorry about that. It's the loudest thing in the world. Smolder gets a kill here, which is big, and I start double proxying. My team is fighting over here. Even if my whole team gets wiped here, this is still already really good for us. There's a wave in mid, unfortunately, so it's not crashing into her turret just yet. But I start double proxying here. It's the cannon waves here that I'm getting. Just run in between, scoop them up, gobble them up. Viego rages at me again. He doesn't understand. Some players cannot see in more than one direction in front of them. And I leave here, but look how fast Smolder attacks this turret, because he's smart and he knows exactly what to do with a strat like this. So I get 2 waves and Smolder is instantly attacking this turret, which would have taken him a lot longer because he would have had to 1, clear the previous wave, 2, clear the next wave, and then hit the plate if I hadn't double proxied. But because I double proxied, I'm getting a lot of gold, and Smolder's getting a lot of gold too. And because the Karma had died earlier, right? The Karma had died right around here. She's losing a ton here, right? Again, I'm so sorry about that. so loud in the replay. Well, because Karma dies here, as I start the double proxy, she gets punished extremely hard. So she loses 3 minions, plus 6 minions, plus a cannon, plus a turret plate to that death. Whereas normally she probably wouldn't have lost that much if I wasn't double proxying, right? He actually gets 2 plates, sorry. Or gets close to 2 plates, my bad. I thought I got 2 there. But I have Landry's now. How much gold am I worth? I am worth 5,200 gold. Malphite is worth 5,600. Really just keeping up well, even though he has kills, which is awesome. Smolder just chunking out Karma now because he's gotten a lot of gold from pushing. I think he ends up having a recall here, but he's getting quite a bit of CS here, quite a bit of farm. Or if he had a flash there, I didn't even know. But good for him. Here I'm back in top lane. Malphite has Sunfire. I have Leandries. He completely chunks me in some of these trades with the Sunfire cape, which was surprising. It's an armor item, and he has Tabby as well, so really didn't expect that, but those are tanks for you, I guess. I got a decent trade back on him here, though, with the Leandries. So much better than Demonic. Thank you, Riot Games, for getting rid of Demonic. Rest in piss, Demonic. Team goes 1 for 2 in bot lane. Again, not ideal. Smolder's getting chunked out. Again, not ideal. I'm over here just waiting to push.
You will lose. Caught between a rock and a heart.
I'm 160 CS at 14 minutes. I was over 11 CS per minute for a bit. I think on that second double proxy I hit 11.7 CS per minute, which was pretty wild. But here, just going to clear waves. I see Malphite is kind of low, maybe killable. So I'm over here, I'm just eyeballing it, seeing what I can do. I don't know if they have vision of me here or not, but I'm just looking to see what I can get. Here, the Kayn sees me. I pop my R because I thought that Malphite would all in me there with his R. He ended up not doing it. Kayn, I see the Kayn show up. I have a ward in the river. Or not that I have a ward in the river, sorry. I see him pop up right here, and then I just run away. Thanks, Riot, for the map changes. Love it. Alright, so I recall. And then Malphite looks, well, I'm so sorry about that again. But the Karma is dead here. Again, Smolder is looking pretty fat. He has Essence Reaver available. Then Malphite jumps forward, dies. Kayn dies. Wait, did they kill him? I forgot they killed him here. Oh, yeah, I walked down and got him. I got the shutdown here. So no, I'm just straight up worth way more gold than him, I think, right? So yeah, I'm worth 6,600. He's worth 6,400. So even with 1 kill, I have more gold than him. He's 3-1-1. I'm 1-2-1, and because of my CS lead, we have more gold. Smolder's hacking mid. Smolder gets mid turret here.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and attack this turret here. So Smolder gets mid tier 1. Smolder now has 6,000 gold. I get top turret. And I have how much gold? I have 7,100. So as of this point, I am now the richest champion on the entire oh, no, wait. Viego has 7,900. Just kidding. Junglers are balanced for sure. That's totally okay. I'm the second richest person on the Rift. And the score is 20-13, so we're mounting a comeback here. This is also why grubs are super important, by the way, because without grubs, he wouldn't have been able to punish the Karma that hard for dying while I'm double proxying. But here, just gonna go ahead and keep farming what I can. My goal here is now to get Rylai's, and then eventually I can just keep my Smolder safe. Smolder here is gonna attack. Let me rewind a bit and show you. Smolder here, seeing Karma bottom, and seeing Malphite top, seeing Kayn bottom as well, just goes to attack the turret, gets a lot of value here. Grubs are awesome. He procs his Essence Reaver here with his W, and just smack, smack, smack. Does a lot of damage to it. Gets that turret below half, actually, which is awesome. Malphite runs mid, ults him, messes it up, and then I'm running down mid as well. He gets farmed pretty hard by Smolder for a bunch of Qs. My Smolder's getting a lot of value in his Q here. He has 157 stacks, so he's on level 2, almost level 3. You know what I thought was kind of unfair? Is that Smolder is an infinitely scaling AD carry with an absolutely absurd late game. But he can get there by farming his Q. But Kayle needs to hit level 16 to get to her late game. And Kale usually does not have a support backing her up, while Smolder usually plays bot lane and has a support backing him up. I just thought that was kind of funny. I play a bit of Kale in my like downtime because I enjoy that character a lot, and I find it really funny how much easier it is to skill on Smolder, which is like, you know, god tier late game AD carry, versus Kale, which is like god tier late game top laner. But it's like a joke how much harder it is to get. I don't know. I'm not trying to be a hater. I don't even know if Smolder is the best late game AD carry because, you know, Vayne and Kog'Maw are insane late game. But Smolder might be the best AD caster late game, or AD carry caster. Here, they're just getting value. While I am beginning to fight Malphite, I'm going to show you guys this fight up top first. Malphite has double components for Kaenic Recurrent and Sunfire Cape. I have Leandries and Rylai's. I pop his passive shield, walk over, make sure that I'm kiting him as I'm fighting him here. The reason why I fought him here was because he did not finish his Recurrent yet, so I wanted to make sure I fought him before that, because after Recurrent, he's basically unkillable for me. But just keeping him in poison and not eating grasp autos and trying to minimize the amount of grasp autos that I'm taking. At this point, you know, when I know he's in kill range, just put W down, ghost at him, kill him. My team gets mid tier 2, which is awesome, and then I'm gonna attack top tier 2 as well. So Smolder's getting a lot of gold. Smolder's gonna go back bottom and farm. I'm pushing top tier 2. I'm almost dead because I took tower shots, but that's fine. Push, push, push. Getting lots of gold, getting lots of value. And again, a huge part of the reason why this comeback even happened was because of the amount of pressure that I'm putting on the map alongside Smolder and Viego via the use of double proxy. Smolder, this guy completely understood what I was doing, and Viego did not. But again, that's okay. Some people, you know, they need to have it demonstrated to understand. The Smolder already knew, so maybe he's played with the Proxy Singed before. Who knows, right? A lot of people haven't. So we get the drag, very nice. Here goes Smolder. I love this character's design, by the way. I think it's a super cool design. Like a dragon that just gets more and more powerful. I think it's a good time. Ooh. Didn't see he got hit here. Did he get soloed? He does get solo bullet, unfortunately, but hey, that's okay. Malphite dances on the minions here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and build the Kaenic Recurrent as well, because they have double AP, or they have triple magic damage between Morgana, Karma, and Malphite. And if I have Kaenic Recurrent, they don't do any damage to me for the rest of the game, basically. The amount of magic damage that these three champions can put out, being two of them being supports and one of them being Malphite, is not a whole lot. So Recurrent makes me essentially invincible to them, meaning the only champions that will deal meaningful damage to me is going to be Kayn and Ezreal after I finish Recurrent. Recurrent is wacky. It's going to get nerfed next patch slightly, but it's going to be amazing still. Here, just walking through and making sure that I'm going to be near my team in case they fight. See Malphite push bottom, I go bottom to push. Between the movement speed shard and swiftness boots, I'm able to rotate in between lanes somewhat quickly. Not the fastest thing in the world compared to if you have Relentless Hunter or if you had Deadman's Plate, but it's fast enough to where hopefully with Ghost I can still be there in time if a fight breaks out. I actually don't have Ghost, but it's up in 30, so... Yeah, Malphite has Recurrent Shield. I actually don't do any damage to him here, which is kind of hilarious. You can see his health bar is like not even moving. Then I have to actually walk away because I have to not only break through his Recurrent Shield, I have to actually break through his passive shield as well. If we look at his, he actually didn't take damage. He didn't take any damage. He's fucking full HP. Which is, yeah, Recurrent, fun item. In a super extended fight, I would probably beat him, but I don't want to get in a super extended fight with Malphite if I can avoid it. Alright, so over here, team is fighting. Smolder ults off screen, dies, unfortunately. But the comeback is already happening. It doesn't even matter if he's dead. We're actually ahead in gold, by the way, here. Who's worth the most gold here? I am almost tied for most gold here between three people. Here's Malphite. Rewind the start of that. So Malphite actually, I think he shows up in mid from pushing bottom and tries to ult the Kalista. Yeah, he ults the Kalista here. Oh, did he TP on something? Wait. What am I not seeing here? He TP'd on something. Oh, he TP'd on this minion. You can't see the animation, but he's TP'ing on that minion right there. Then he ults Kalista, but I'm already here as well. Ghost, poison on, fling. Run through their team with phase rush up and ghost up, getting poison on everybody. Break through the Ezreal Black Shield, run him down, kill. Very nice. At this point, game's probably over. We have Manor come back. We're still down in kills a bit. We're so far ahead in gold. Everyone's getting stacked up and fed on my team. Even though Callista falls off, we still have Smolder for the late game, so very fun stuff. I think he'll be a cool mid laner. People play him in mid lane. He's a bit more exposed in mid lane too. Doesn't just win for free. A lot of mid laners are good at dealing with ammo ball champions as well. Here's Karma walks up. Can barely touch the Singed through the Canning Shield. Grab this. Time to leave. Smolder's gonna farm bottom. Does he have his stacks yet? He's about to get his level 3 Q stacks here. He was fighting over here. Camera dies again. Smolder is how many stacks? He's 208 stacks. So he'll get to his execution soon. His Elder Dragon execution thing. It's actually a 7% execution, I believe, right? Oh, it's 6% plus 1.25 plus his stacks. So right now he's at 6.5% if he hits the stack thing. Here, I am in mid. Gonna build towards a dead man's plate here. Did he get stacks for hitting enemy champions with abilities or for killing minions with his Q? Malphite is bullying him quite hard. Actually, Malphite just did not take any damage from the Smolder there. I think it's ulted by the Malphite. Does Smolder live? No, he died to the Sunfire, bro. Hate to see it. But Malphite doesn't end up going down. I'm pushing top super hard. While that's happening, we have Baron, so trying to make some use of it if I can. Karma is trying to clear the wave desperately. I walk up, hit the turret a bit. I get chunked out. She finally breaks through the Rookern shield. So I back off a bit. She steps in poison. I see her stepping in poison. I go for it. Pop the R. I'm level 16. She's level 13. Gonna just dive as best I can. Between Leandries and Rylai's, I'm doing an okay amount of damage. Get the kill, and then I try to recall over here in Fog of War, and I get sniped. Unfortunate. But it's okay. I get a lot of value there for my team. I'm worth 12k gold. The Viego is almost 12k gold. The Callista is almost 13k gold. We have more gold than basically every other enemy team. It's a good time. A lot of this is facilitated again by the fact that I was able to double proxy here. I would not, again, not have done this in a game that was being played out more normally where we were even or ahead, right? But because this was like a last resort scenario and the Smolder played it pretty much perfectly, ended up making it work, which is awesome. Dope Smolder sees Malphite here. I stack out some more DMP components. They are sweeping our wards. I have respawned Callista farming bottom. Very nice. The smart, she flashes into the Senna Shroud, but they still end up getting vision of her and killing her, which is unlucky. They are kiting bot lane. I'm pinging right here is where I'm pinging on the way, so like they know to walk over there in case they choose to keep fighting. They chase the Viego in. Here's Singed. I am big. I am bad. The Chroma gets sniped. She dies. I run down the Kane. He dies. Then the Morgana goes over here to recall. Whatever. Smolder's over here just chunking people with his Q. He's fully stacked up on that Q now. Not, it's infinite stacking, but he's stacked up to where he has the execution. His little feet glow whenever he has Essence Reaver proc. It's so cute, dude. Then he actually ends up finding Morgana and killing her, which is awesome. Here's me. I am fully aware of the fact that I'm basically unkillable to the Malphite here. That's why I'm pushing up so aggressively. He's also fully aware of the fact that he's basically unkillable to me. So we're basically both unkillable to each other until the point where I have Riftmaker. At that point I can kill him pretty much every time. But I chose to go tanky here instead, so yeah, that is the reason why I'm not 1v1ing him on site. He's pushing top. I said I push bot turret, or sorry, bot inhibitor. My team pushes for mid inhibitor. Smolder's gonna go over here, start chunking people as best he can. Malphite tries to do something to me. Yeah, whatever. I proc phase rush on him. I dodge down and he misses his ult. He just tilts. He doesn't want to deal with me anymore. He's pissed. And then my team is pushing mid. They get mid tower as well here. Sen is getting a lot of souls, and then I walk away with a bot inhibitor in hand. Here's Smolder, just chunking people. Kane is ulting my Kalista here. He backs out. Smolder is just smacking people and smacking people and smacking people. This champion looks really fun. I might try him out a bit. I feel like I'd rather play him in mid lane than in top lane though. I think mid lane or AD carry is the play for sure. Look at his little glowing feet with Essence Weaver. So cute. So adorable. Here I am. I have Dead Man's Plate activated. Or purchased. My Rickrun shield is 721 here. Pretty wild. If I go bottom, fully where that Malphite really can't deal with me. I have a 721 health Rickrun shield. He has a 829 health Rickrun shield. So neither of us do damage to each other. He's full HP, I'm full HP. Here's Kane. I pop R. I assumed that they would fight me, and then they just kind of didn't. Eventually, I do actually break through his shield. It takes me about half an hour, but I do, and then he breaks through my shield as well. There's a little visual bug where it doesn't look like you've broken through the shield, but you actually have. Here, I'm just being a little bit greedy, or a little bit nosy, a little bit pushy, because they can't kill me. Who's gonna kill me? Like, the only person who can kill me is Ezreal or Kane, and Kane just ran away, and he only has one or two items, right? I'm like approaching 6 items, because I just have way more gold than him. I've had a much better game than him. I am... How much gold do I have? I am worth 14k here, and Kane is worth 12, so he is not keeping up with me very well. Here's Malphite comes back. Team is fighting over at Baron. They get Baron. I'm pushing bottom. Malphite's not going to help if he knows. Sorry about that. He knows I can just end the game. Smolder's nuking people with that Q button. Smack, smack, smack. And my Kalista goes down here. Unfortunate. But he's just absolutely chomping people with that Q. Every time he hits the button, they just die. I'm over here. I push mid turret. The Malphite just literally can't touch me. Like, I'm ignoring him this entire time as he like walks over here to hit me. I'll rewind and show you. But I'm just casually hitting this. Malphite walks over. Oh no, he needs to deal 800 more damage to me to break my shield.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
I'm gonna push top turret or top inhib here the exact same way. He flash ults Smolder. Actually does kill him. I'm just like, whatever, I don't even care. I'm just gonna get inhibitors. I want the game to be done. Always keep your eyes on the prize, boys. Never get distracted. Here I see Malphite's nice and low. Walk up. Fling, proc phase rush. Kite him out. His shield saves him almost from poison, but then he gets last hit by Viego. Viego takes the body, gets a bunch of shields and HP. Go back in, fling Karma. Yep, she dies as well. He resets again. Kill turret. Then we end the game, which I will show you. I'm going to rewind a bit and show you guys more about this double proxy here in a sec, just to highlight it with the map. The map covers off. So here's vision of everything as I go in for my first proxy, which I believe was right about here. Yeah, so here's vision of everything. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this. I go in right here at 7.5 minutes. Smolder's getting pushed in mid. This also helps him open his lane up. I'm going to be taking these while Karma gets poked down. Already got, so that's 2 waves right there. They walk over here. They're fighting, they're fighting, they're fighting. Karma kites away. Here's 2 more waves plus 2 cannons. Getting a whack ton of gold. The Karma doesn't even have to die here for her to be punished as a thing. She's already losing so much under her turret for fighting like this. Because in Karma's mind, whenever she backed off, right? Whenever she backed off, she thinks that her wave is coming up to meet this wave in mid. So she doesn't see like the negative consequence of backing off of this wave. Because I don't like you're not used to playing against this if you're the mid laner, right? So she's kiting away thinking like, oh, my wave will be here, I'll be chilling, but then she runs away and the wave is actually under her turret because guess what? I got the wave over here. So she's just eating punishment for this already before she even dies. And then she dies and just gets screwed even harder because guess what? She loses the next wave and a cannon as well on top of it. She loses so much here. I'm getting poked out over here again. But I do also take pressure off my bot lane as well here. Don't forget. Because I also got a wave there for them. Much less work for... Well, I guess she had her freeze technically. But again, there will be some casualties in the act of making war. It is what it is. We're trying to win the game. We're not trying to babysit the AD carry. We're not trying to massage egos. We're trying to win the game, right? So if I have to break the AD carry's freeze to get value for my proxy, guess what? I'm gonna break the AD carry's freeze to get value for my proxy. They end up dying. Whatever. Let's go to the next double proxy, which I believe was at 12 minutes. Yeah, because I died here, but we ended up getting some value for it. And then I go back. Push, push, push. Push, push, push. Here I am at 12 minutes and 20 seconds. Go back in for more proxy, which is super good. I'm trying to time it as fights happen around Dragon as well, because then the odds of the enemy mid laner dying are way higher, which she does. God. She does end up dying here, which is awesome. And then as she's dead, I'm getting proxy, I'm getting cannons, punishing her super hard here for that death. I leave here. The reason why I leave here is because their enemy teammates were dead, and if they die as you're entering, you have to leave pretty quickly when they spawn, or else you will be killed. And he's getting value. Smolder's getting value. Smolder's getting big. Smolder's getting bigger. He's getting bigger, right? So yeah, ends up being super worth. Ends up bringing a lot of value. Nice little last resort strategy. I talked about that though. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one. Mwah. Peace, everyone.